Hello students, this is Supriya Mogle, Assistant Professor at Center for Distance Education, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. I am here to discuss about one of the important topic of production management, that is PPC, Production Planning and Control, in which we are going to study two main concepts, that is production planning and production control. So let's start. First, we'll see what is production planning. As you know, there are five M's, five inputs relating to the production, that is men, machinery, method, material, and money. So everything related with the planning related with these type of inputs, which is going to have used in the production, that is called production planning. Means, see, there are two concepts, production planning and production control. Okay, so production planning means planning of operations, planning of industrial operations involves, like, what work is to be done, how is to be done, and when is to be done. Means what type of work we have to do, how it is going to do, and when it is to be done. That means everything planning relating with the men, machinery, method, material, and money. Everything related to the production, the planning related to the production, that is called production planning. So what are the objectives of production planning? To determine the requirement of resources. First of all, after having, when you have the production planning, you can determine the requirements of resources. What resources? Like men, inputs, all the inputs, men, machinery, material, money, etc. resources. You have to determine what is your requirement, then to arrange the production schedules according to the market needs. Now you have to schedule your production, you have to arrange your priority of work in the production system or in the operations according to the market needs. What is the demand, what is the, supply, etc. concepts are to be considered while having the planning to achieve the coordination among the various departments relating to the production related departments, like production store department, dispatch department, production finance department, or HR department. So every department has to coordinate with each other, then only we can have a good planning to arrange various inputs like raw material, manpower, machine in right time and in the right quantity. So inputs like raw material, manpower, we have to arrange it. We should get the raw material at the right time, then only we can manufacture the processes. We should have the, manpower or the labor in right time or in right quantity, then only we can proceed for the production, to make efforts to achieve the production target in time. So every production, every operation has some deadlines. You have to manufacture, or you have to complete this work in the given time, in the given target. So these are some objectives of production planning. Next concept is production control. Production control. Now controlling is the main function of management, where we, check everything is happening as per plan or not. We are going to check the performance appraisal. If there is any disturbance or there is any deviation in the process, then we are going to have some corrective measures. So in the same way, production control is also one type of, it is you are ensuring that all which occurs in accordance with the rules established or the instructions issued or not. So the objectives of production control is to regulate the inventory management. Whatever the inventory you have, whatever the stock of raw material, maybe you have to regulate it, you have to minimize the waste. Okay, so the main objective of any operation of any production is zero inventory and zero wastage. So to minimize the wastage is one of the important objectives of production control. Then to reduce waiting time, as you know, there are, various works given at the workstations, and every workstation has some particular time in which they have to work, they have to complete that work. So if there is any workstation who has idle time, or the person is standing ideal for maybe 10 to 20 seconds or maximum, so that is you have to reduce. If there is more ideal time, that means your assembly line balancing is going to disturb. So to reduce the waiting time is one of the important objective of production control. Then to introduce a proper system of quality control. So quality products are very much important in today's, market. If you produce a quality product, then you should have the people who will check the quality, and there should have a proper system of quality control. So these are the objectives and the meaning of production control. We have seen production planning and production control. Now, what is production planning and control? PPC. It is a predetermined process which includes use of raw materials, human resource, and machines, and it is a technique used to plan each and every step in long series of separate operation. So as you know, this is planning is what we are going to decide something in advance, that is predetermined process. Now what is predetermined process? What we have to take the decisions regarding the raw material, the human resources, the machineries, each and every step which is included in the operation, you have to plan for it, and it helps to take a right decision at right time at right place to achieve the maximum efficiency. So decisions related with the raw material, whether you have to have overstock or understock, or you are going to buy large quantity raw material, or you are going to have some just in time manufacturing system in which you can have zero inventories. So these type of decisions you have to take in the planning process and controlling. So this is called production planning and control, which helps to take the right decision at right time at right place to achieve the maximum efficiency. So there are some factors included in the production planning and production control. So there are four factors: planning, routing, scheduling, and loading. And production control includes dispatching, follow up, inspection, and correction. So in the production planning, we have seen planning regarding raw material, regarding human resources or machineries, what is to be done, how is to be done, when is to be done, etc. is considered in planning. So the next concept is routing. So what is routing? Routing is the first step in PPC. Routing, okay, the name itself indicates routing means path or route. So routing can be defined as the process of deciding the path or route of work and the sequence of operations. So routing fixes in advance. What routing can fix? So first of all, the quantity and quality of the product it can fixed. Then the men, machines, materials, etc., which are going to use in the operations, you have to fix the route of those inputs. Then the type or number and sequence of manufacturing operations, and the place of the production, etc., you are going to decide the route of that work. So in short, routing means what, how much, with which, how, and where to produce. So the main objective of routing is to determine or to fix the best and cheapest sequence of operations and to ensure that this sequence is followed in the factory. So as you know, suppose I want to go somewhere, okay, from my home and to that place, there are many ways, many routes, but if I have much time to travel, then I can have a long cut, okay, or I have some work in that path, so I can have that long cut. But if suppose I want in I want to meet him immediately, or I am in hurry, then I can have a shortcut route. So same way in the production and operations management also, there can be many ways to complete that operation, but you should know, or you should determine the best and cheapest. You have to minimize the cost, okay. So minimize the cost means you have to uh, get the cheapest sequence of operations, and it should be best as compared to the other route. So this is called routing. Then scheduling. Scheduling is the process of arranging, controlling and optimizing workloads in a production process or manufacturing process. It is the determination of time. It is very important. Kindly remember the words. Routing is related with path or the sequence or the route, where scheduling is related with the time, determination of time that should be inquired to perform each operation, and also the time that should be required to perform entire series as routed. So actual time takes place for manufacturing process, and required time for the production process or manufacturing process you are going to consider in the scheduling. So there are some techniques for scheduling. The first is, as you know, first of all I want to tell you some elements of scheduling, okay. Elements means here we are going to assign the jobs at different work centers to prioritize or sequence of the jobs, or to plan for the sequential internal movements of the job, that is called en routing, to issue the dispatch orders to every work center. So these are some elements of scheduling. And what is scheduling technique? It is important technique of determining the starting and completion time of each operation, and that of the total manufacturing process. Means you have to determine the starting timing of operation and completion timing of operation, and the total manufacturing process time, so that man and machine can be utilized at the maximum level. Then we will see techniques of scheduling. Techniques of scheduling, the first is master scheduling. Master scheduling means what? When we get the order, okay, we do master scheduling. Means here the deadlines are very important, the dates on which we have to give the delivery, that is important, and on the basis of that, machines and labors are checked, are they available or not, we are going to check. And then at that time, within that period, or within that time, we have to complete the production, and we have to do as per the schedule accordingly. So this is called master scheduling. Then loading by Gantt chart. So loading by Gantt chart means what? Here the capacity of work center is calculated first, okay. What is your capacity? How much you can produce in your organization, in your manufacturing company, or is your manufacturing process is capable of working that much? It is considered first, and then you will know that how much load you can consider, and on the basis of that all the activities will take some time, so you have to determine that time as per your manufacturing processes, your capacity and your activities of the operations, and then these are going to analyzed, and then you can have the required times on others workstations. Then sequencing and prioritizing. So here you are going to decide a best sequence of operations. Okay, you can first study how many ways are there, how many ways can be there. They prioritize the process as per the importance and select one best sequence, so that we can reduce the idle time and which leads to improve the efficiency. Then time labeling and line balancing. As you know, every workstation has a worker, and they are given some specific time and some specific work they have to complete within that time on the shop floor. Who is going to follow whom is going to consider here, and then we decide a particular sequence, and then we measure the time. That is called timetabling or line balancing. Then dispatching is a technique where actual orders are issued, means here actual process are started, and the actual work is assigned to all the workstations, and it is also known as start activity. Okay, it is also known as start activity. Next technique of scheduling is OPT. OPT stands for Optimized Production Technology. Optimized Production Technology. So it is one type of technology where computer softwares are used for scheduling, where you can maintain the flow of operation. Then MRP. MRP stands for Material Requirement Planning. Material Requirement Planning is also one type of softwares which through we can use some terms like production planning, scheduling, inventory control, etc., and then we can have proper management of all the operations and processes. Then network analysis here, the whatever the activities are there in the operations are analyzed. Okay, so as you know, there are various operations and those are breakdown in individual activities, and then we have the logical sequence, and also here we can decide, or it decided, that which tasks will be performed simultaneously and which can be sequentially. It is considered in the network analysis. Then forward scheduling means what here, customers are focused. Okay, customer, when they get the order from customers, then we start the scheduling. Means first we receive a new order, then we assemble the resources, then product manufacturing process, then shipment preparation, and then delivery of the product. And what is backward scheduling? Backward scheduling means first we receive the new order, but then we consider the delivery date, we consider the deadline or due dates. Okay, and on the basis of due dates, we are going to estimate the total time required to complete the operations, and if any addition of such timings needed in the operations, then we are also determining that time, and then we are going to produce that process production. So this is called forward and backward scheduling. Here are some terms regarding priority planning rules. Means, as I have said, you have to sequence, you have to prioritize some work. So there are some rules. Okay, so they may ask some long forms for your MCQs pattern questions. So first is FCFS, that is first come first serves. That means select the first job in the waiting time or queue. Whatever the job comes first in the queue, that is to be considered first. SOT, that is shortest operating system, where select job with minimum processing time, which needs minimum processing time, that you have to select first. Then longest operating or longest processing time. So the job which has maximum processing time refers to SOT. Then LS, least slack job. Select a job with minimum slack time. Slack time means idle time. So which job has a minimum idle time, you are going to select that. Earlier due date. So as you have the orders from the customers, you can consider the due dates when you have to deliver that products. If out of 5 one customer has earlier due date, then you have to select that job. Then preferred customer order, PCO, that means select the job of valuable customers. You have some genuine or some, you know, valuable customers who is regular customer of your company, then you have to select the job of that customer. So these are some rules, abbreviations for prioritizing the planning rules. The next concept from production planning is loading. Loading is a process of assigning specific jobs to the machine centers based on relative priorities and capacity utilization. So here actual execution of scheduled plan is going to happen. So where you are going to assign those specific jobs to all the workstations as per your priorities, as per your sequence, and it involves the execution of scheduled plan as per the route you have already decided in routing, which includes the assignment of work to the operators at the machine or workplaces. So here you can see the three images I have taken. So loading, routing and scheduling. So loading means who will do the work, where you are going to assign the specific jobs to the workstations. Routing means where will do the works, means what is the sequence, what is the work in each path, where will do the work. Then scheduling, scheduling means when will do the work. So routing related with the route or path, scheduling related with the time, and the loading related with the assigning specific jobs. So this is about loading. Then next is production control. Now production control has a four factors included, that is dispatching, follow up, inspection and corrective measures. First is dispatching. So dispatching is a process of authorizing the start of the operation on the shop floor. Shop floor means what? There are the machines and workers are working on the machines on the same floor. So that is called shop floor. So here actual operation is started in dispatching procedure. It involves the realizing of order and work instructions for the starting of the productions. So here the supervisor is going to instruct the workers and to tell them to start the production. Then follow up is also known as reporting, so in which you are going to check whether whether the operations are taking place in accordance with the plan, as per the plan it is happening or not. You are going to ensure that, and process of determine the progress of work. What is progress of work? It is happening as per the plan or not, or what is the performance of operations? It is reaching the standards or not, or it is below the standards. You are going to ensure in the follow up. Then next is inspection. So inspection is the process of maintenance of quality in production and of evaluation of the efficiency, process methods and manpower, so that improvements can be made to achieve the quality outputs. So as an inspection where you are going to maintain the quality is important. So quality in terms of labor, in terms of machineries, in terms of product manufactured, in terms of output, etc. So total quality management, everywhere you have to maintain the quality. The evaluation of efficiency in terms of production, efficiency in terms of men labor, are they working efficiently or effectively, you have to evaluate that. Then improvements, is there any improvement is needed in the process of in the process methods or in the manpower, so that improvements can be made to achieve a quality output. So everything is considered under the inspection. Then corrective measures, the process of making adjustment in the processes or the activities by eliminating deviations to achieve the quality outputs. Suppose there are some mistakes and something is not happening as per the plan, then you have to take some corrective measures so that we can achieve the quality output. So what type of corrective measures we can take? Maybe we can adjust the route, readjust the route, or reschedule the work, or repairs if there is any breakdown of machinery, then repairs of machinery or maintenance of machinery so that they can work smoothly, etc. Or some management decisions can be taken by the top management, like transfer, training, demotions, etc. So that if there is any wrongly placed person for that post on the production manager, and he is not performing well, so you can have demotion, and or you can have transfer. Or suppose the workers are not cleared with the machines, or they are not confident, they are not motivated, then you can have some training and development so that they can work efficiently and we can achieve the quality output. So these type of corrective measures can be considered. So here with complete my video. I hope you understood the video. We have included all the important points of production planning and control. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching.